Well, g'day guys, we're out the bush again. This time we're doing a little bit of a review. This time it's about the tyres that I've been running. Now, we're talking about Nitto Trail Grappler mud terrain tyres. And look, Nitto are getting pretty hard to find, I've realised, but look, I want to talk to you about the tyres, what I found. These are done 70,000 Ks, all right, literally 70,000. And I wanted to share with you because it's a long-term review. So in the 2 years, whatever, I've done about 70,000 on these tyres. They've definitely done 70,000. I wanted to wait till I think I'm at about 75,000 or something, because I wanted you guys to know exactly what they were like, and I'll show you the tyres in a minute. These, just so you know, are the 265 70 R17s. Yeah, I just want to talk to you about what I do. So, look, when I first got them, they probably did quite a bit of bitumen driving, and they're a little bit noisy. Don't get me wrong, they're a little bit noisy, but I expect that. Now, they normally run at 40 psi. All right. However, not long after I got them, they copped a pounding, sort of around the Inaminka area, so Mildura, Inaminka, and then out sort of Cameron Corner, and then across to Birdsville and down the Birdsville track. They copped quite a bit of rough stuff through there, corrugations and all that sort of stuff. And for that trip, they were down to around 20 psi, something like that. What I want to share with you guys is these tyres have been up and down, up and down, up and down, depending on the roads that I'm on. They're on 40 psi today, but that's pretty rough, even for, I mean, your suspension, that plays a big part. Keep in mind, these tyres have been wheel aligned, often, rotated often. I've only got the 4, so it's a true 70,000 Ks. I haven't got, the spare isn't even one of these, so it's literally these. Touch wood, no punches up to this point. 70,000 Ks, no punches. I was close on the Birdsville track. When I got back, I noticed that one of the, I'd almost copped by a sharp rock somewhere, almost. However, I haven't touched it since then, and touch wood, it's going fine. It would have literally done probably 60,000 since then. So no dramas at all. They are a bit noisy, and in the last sort of between, I suppose, the last 10,000 Ks, so we're talking 60,000 to 70,000, they've started to develop a real whirl, like a whirry whirl noise when you're driving along. Okay, they have developed that. The other thing, in the last 15,000, so we're probably talking 55 to 70, they've started to get a little bit slippery, particularly on those times where it first rains, after you've had a fairly dry patch on roundabouts. I've noticed a couple of times, and I know it's an issue now, so I take roundabouts super slow, like a grandma or grandpa driving around. But seriously, I've had them almost slip out on me a couple of times going around a roundabout. And I don't drive slow. I don't drive fast either, so don't think it's going too quick around those corners. It's not. I have noticed that, yeah, they do start to slip on a roundabout, and again, not driving fast, but that's what it is. So what do I think of the tyres generally? I think awesome. I would buy them again. I think they're getting a lot harder to find is probably the biggest thing. But I did message Nitto probably a month or so ago through Nitto Australia, and you can get them still. I know that Bob Jane and that, from what I know and what I've seen, Bob Jane and that aren't supplying them anymore, as far as I know. That's just my personal opinion. You've got to go to a local Tyre Power or somewhere like that. Now, I haven't switched them over yet, but I just wanted that information in case, for when I do. But enough of that. I'll show you the tyre. I try and look after them. I check them pretty much weekly to make sure they've got air in them. But if I'm driving down tracks and that, they're constantly getting, with the air compressor up and down, and letting air in and out of them. I can't really talk much about them. I mean, they're a good mud tyre, and I've used them across the board, and corrugations, as I said, or you know, bush tracks, or, you know, stuff like you've seen, snow tracks in some of my other videos. They've always been these tyres, and to be honest, I'm really happy with them. Yeah, if you're looking at a set of tyres, I sort of recommend them actually. They've been really good. Now I'll give you an example, and hopefully, sorry guys, I'm going to take control of this camera for a sec to show you what they look like after 70,000 Ks. So you can sort of see there, this is front right hand. These are almost due, hopefully you can hear me, these are almost due for a, yeah. But as you can see, they're sort of wearing quite even. I have noticed that every second sort of lug at the moment is starting to, you know, you've got a high lug, a low lug, high, low. They're starting to do a bit of that action. I'm not really sure what that means. I asked someone the other day and they weren't sure. So if you know, let me know. I'll be very interested. But yeah, again, that's just something sorry guys, that's just something I've noticed in the last little while, and just to prove they are what you think they are. These are Nittos. Yeah, Nitto trail grapplers. And look, again, this is the tyre after, I mean, I'll try and look after them, but yeah, this is the tyre after 70,000 Ks. So, pretty happy with them. I'll take you around and show you the next one so you don't think I'm lying. But yeah, so you can sort of see, I mean, yeah, they're wearing down like any other tyre. You know, they're wearing down, but yeah, Nitto. But there's still plenty of tread. Like, even if you look, there's still plenty of tread on them, really. So, I mean, again, it depends on, you know, and the back ones, I'll show you those as well. Sorry guys, the tread, I'm really trying to show you the tread here, but hopefully that's in focus and showing you. But yeah, so I mean, and all four are the same. So that's an example of Nitto trail grapplers after 70,000 Ks. And they're not all off-road too. The majority of what I was driving, I've been driving backwards and forwards to Frankston for the majority of the last 2 years on freeway driving. And okay, they howl. It's mud tyres. They howl. I'm not going to be, yeah, people reckon they're pretty quiet, and they are noisy. But I expect that, I know that's part of having a mud tyre, but I must be unfit. I'm puffed after showing you those tyres. Don't know why. But yeah, so Nitto trail grappler, 70,000 Ks. You got any questions, let me know. But pretty much that's, I highly recommend them. So Nitto, Australia, can't talk highly enough of your tyres. And when I'm due for a new set, I'll, yeah, hit you up for a new pair. I reckon they're a new set. They're pretty, I've been happy with them. Again, you know, in the mud and things, it throws mud out. They've been really good. It's what you expect with a mud tyre. That's what I expect with a mud tyre anyway. And yeah, they're wearing quite well. You know, like people say, oh, you know, I'm only getting this much out of me Maxxis tyres, or I'm getting this or whatever. Okay, well, I can only talk for these Nitto trail grapplers, but they've been fantastic. And I'd almost get them again. You know, once you know a tyre, and I'm getting 70,000 out of a set of mud terrain tyres, and you know, look, a lot of people will say, oh, and look, I'm not saying I probably lose a lot of fuel economy in this Hilux by having mud tyres, but I like to work on the situation that, you know, a lot of people say, oh, and I was thinking about this as well when about getting another set of rims and changing them over to road tyres. And then I thought, why? You know, there'll be that time where I need to get out of a soft bit of ground or whatever, that I'd really like to have the mud tyres on. And not have them because I'd switched them over. So I just thought, look, it's sort of, I like to just have mud tyres on. I'm used to having them on now, and I know that, you know, it's just that extra layer of, okay, if I need them in a situation, I've got them already on. And there's been a few times where I like to travel down the back roads, and yeah, it's not always a good idea, but look, they've got me through, and that's not not letting air down. You go through a bit of mud and you think, oh no, it should be right, and then yeah, we all know what it's like when you get into a bit of a mud hole, and yeah, you should have put it in 4-wheel drive, and you probably should have put the tyres down. But anyway, that's part of the fun, I suppose. But yeah, Nitto trail grapplers, 265/70 R17s is what I've got on here. But yeah, I can't talk high enough of them, to be honest. Again, 70,000 Ks, and that's legit 70,000. So it's none of this 2 weeks. I've had them on 2 weeks, and this is this is what they're like. Unfortunately, I didn't get a video at the start. I wasn't doing videos back then. But yeah, look, seriously, yeah. Okay, they're wearing. Don't you look at that, and we've just been down a dirt road, so they're a little bit white, a little bit muddy, but they're starting to develop. Wear. I mean, they're used. They've done 70,000 Ks, so they're used, but they're not down yet. And I'll keep driving them, and I'll let you know. But yeah, that's just my example. And look, a really quick review on the Nitto trail grapplers. If you got any questions, let me know. Talk to you about what I've done with them and stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea on, you can expect, as long as you look after them, 70,000 out of a pair of tyres. All right guys, talk to you soon. Thanks.